again to play some games. We're back with Mayday Memory, and the last time it was crazy. Q returned the how do I say this? Q gave Eugen back her body, so Eugen's back. Adrian the Ayan's mom is back from the dead. She's trying to stop Adrian from blowing himself up. He swallowed a chip that's going to explode along with him and everybody with the chip in their head. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my social media. It's all in the description below, and we can get started. Okay, so we're in episode 35, and 36 is actually the last chapter. But I don't think we have to fill up their love gauge, and Ayan's the closest. But I feel like I'm not going to be able to do that by next chapter. So I'm going to have to come back later after I filled up one of their gauges. I'm going to have to come back later and make a video of their, epilogue. Adrian held his crushed, she just crushed his hand to get the remote out of it. Adrian held his crushed hand, sitting down on the floor like a baby. The splittered remote fell out from his hand in fragments. The rooftop was still filled to the brim with tension, but nothing happened. Eugen looked down on Adrian, who huddled up at her feet. I won't say I'm sorry. It's too late for that. Get up, Adrian. You still have a life to live, unlike me. I don't. I'm weak. Nothing more than trash. That's not true. You're a good kid, Adrian. So good that a bad parent like me ended up using you. Why are you saying all this now? Do you want me to forgive you? No matter what you say, it's already too late. I'm not asking forgiveness. It's just, there's some things you don't realize until you die. Ooh. She turned away from Adrian and looked at us. There's no time. Let's say our farewells. Her eyes met with Ayan's. You must be Ayan. You definitely look like me. Those eyes, that hair. Thanks to you, I make it by with my looks, my strange mother. The two pairs of purple eyes were watching each other. As if being both sides of a mirror, they both started to smile. How about me? Do you have anything to say to me too? You've grown up to be a real man. It must have been hard because of me. It was pretty rough. Even being honest about his hardships, Sid was laughing jokingly. Remember, you are the success of my life's work. Don't listen to what others tell you. Of course. Then she turns towards Hansol. Hansol, we didn't get to speak much, but thank you for giving me this body. For giving me a second chance. The one who gave you the second chance was you, Eugen. That wasn't me. I know you don't mean it, but thank you anyway. And this lady, was it Dell? Finally, Eugen looked at me. I didn't expect it, so I was slightly surprised. Take care of Adrian for me. Well, why me? I'm a great judge of character. I don't want to take care of him. She finished speaking and walked over to Adrian and gently grabbed his crushed hand. They walked over to the edge of the rooftop. In front of them stretched a large, dark panorama of the city. She let go of Adrian's hand, walked in front of him, and turned her back to the edge. Looking at him, behind her was nothing but a steep fall. Push me. She looked straight at Adrian. What? I am already a dead person. It's my time to go. The underworld where only bad parents go is waiting for me. Please push me by your own hand. I'll take with me all your hatred and resentment. Let me do that, Adrian. Adrian raised his hand for a moment and lowered it again, only to cover his face with his hands. I can't! How can I? How could I ever do something like that? I mean, you were literally about to blow up a lot of people, weren't you? Now you don't want to push a robot? I know it goes deeper than that, but like, come on. You're about to blow up yourself and a whole bunch of people with chips in their head. I can't. How could I do that? How could I ever do something like that? He screamed suddenly, visibly shaking. Eugene just smiled and grabbed one of his hands with both of her. And both of hers. Look at you. I knew you were a good kid. The next moment, something inexplicable happened. With a warm smile that I'd never been able to forget, Eugene fell backwards towards the streets below. While falling, almost as if it knew it had done its job, her body started to fall apart into the fine dust. The dust spread with the wind into the darkness. We all fell silent watching the scene unfold, as if mourning Eugene. At that moment, I thought, I'll honor your request. Adrian was kneeling down in front of the spot Eugene just stood before she fell down. I couldn't tell his expression. I got up and started walking towards Adrian. When I got to him, I slapped him in the face hard, okay? Put yourself together. Get up, Adrian. Eugene is dead. Your weird remote control too. You have no reason to stay here anymore. End of the scene. Let's go down. We can't stay up here. But Adrian didn't look at me. He looked somewhere else behind me with a blank stare and let out a sad laugh. Why are you laughing? It didn't hurt at all. His cheek was already red as a tomato from the slap, but he said it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt at all, Dell. Funny, right? I don't feel anything. It was at that moment I realized he wasn't talking about me hitting him. He was looking out over the city where moments ago Eugene had turned to ash. That's okay, that's inevitable, that can't be. And that's okay. That's okay. In your situation, I think that's completely normal. Because to you, Eugene, thank you, Dell. You don't need to say any more than that. Thank you for understanding me. Adrian turned around and saw Anne still crying. So you can cry. I envy you. His voice was soft as silk, but his words clearly were filled with enmity. Enmity. There was no time. Adrian, listen to me. You need to be responsible for what you have done. Only then can you start over again. I thought of Chris. She was doing all she could do to atone for what she had done. Even though there was no going back, she kept moving forward. In that regard, she was completely different from Adrian. It's no use. Current time, 2099, December 31st, 23:59. 1 minute remaining until the 22nd century. Hearing the voice for the third time, I finally felt there was an immediate danger. What could it be counting down to? What's that? That's the third time you've heard it. I'm telling you, it's all in vain. After all, I like to be prepared for everything. Even without that switch, in 1 minute, those robots will activate. And then this building will collapse. Dell, you promised something to my mother, right? To take care of you. I mean, I don't feel like doing it, but Dell's gonna. Adrian swept his hair to one side using his still healthy hand. Listen carefully, Dell. I'm thankful for your help, honestly. I'm not going to the next century. I will forever stay in this 21st century. For me, there will be no 22nd century. Adrian laid down on his back, putting his hand behind his head. Lying down, he watched the stars in the sky. I haven't slept for so long. I'm getting tired. Anne, having a sudden burst of determination, ran up to Adrian and started shaking him. Adrian, get up! Why? Just leave me be. Slightly annoyed, Adrian slowly sat back up. Anne sat down in front of him. You said you envied me. Is that truly how you feel? Adrian looked confused and just stared at Anne for a while. Of course. I know what you're thinking. You think that you should have been the one living my life, am I correct? I got all the things you should have gotten. Adrian raised the eyebrow briefly. That's right. Are you gonna make fun of me? I'm not really in the mood for that. Of course that's not what I mean. Adrian, I know you pretend not to know. You pretend to be tired of this life, but it's obvious there's something you want. You think that the things I have were stolen from you. You want to get those things back. You said you envy me. That's proof of that. Current time, 2100, January 1st. Welcome to the 22nd century. The mysterious countdown finally ended. Happy New Year, I guess? But everyone remained calm. Everyone's eyes were fixated on Adrian, as if we were all expected something from him. Tell me, what is it you really want? All the while Anne was speaking, I couldn't help but recall a certain memory. The things Chris said about Adrian. For a moment I could recall what she said clearly. I thought I had forgotten. Chris had explained that Adrian's warped minds was partly because of him not understanding people. That's probably because he is unable to understand those kinds of things. Unable to understand? What do you mean by that? Because to him, he doesn't have any precious memories. Because of that, whenever he feels bad, he has nothing that can make him happy. That's the biggest difference between him and me. I am nothing compared to him. Activating all entities. Primary objective, the MS sector. Self-destruct system operational. Destroying current building. Dang. As soon as the voice finished speaking, we started to feel the roof we stood on shaking slightly. And soon I can't read when you shake. Soon started to violently rock back and forth. Because we were stood on the rooftop at the building, we could feel the shaking even more. It was to the point it was hard to keep upright. The floor cracked beneath us, and we could hear the shattering of glass. Hey, Jeff. Between the sounds of the building collapse. Where'd he get a jet? Oh goodness, he actually got the jet? He didn't get scammed? He actually bought a jet? But between the sounds of the building collapsing beneath us, a sound of something flying closer to us kept growing louder. Self-destruction. So cliche. Didn't I tell you? You would regret not letting me in. Jeff? That's gotta be his private jet. From the open plane door, his familiar red hair was clearly visible even from a distance. Next to Jeff was Maude, hard at work, and Elaine. Anne! Elaine, you're safe. All thanks to Jeff. I'm relieved you're unharmed too. Jeff looked pleased, watching over the scene, spreading his arms wide. He then started yelling to the point where he was louder than the plane engine. It's the 22nd century squad. Let's do our best this year too. Also, check your bank accounts. I sent you all bonuses. I wonder how in the world he managed to get enough money to give us bonuses, but decided to save that question for later. Let's get through the new century together. Anyone would probably wonder whether this really was the time to share New Year's greetings, but for us, this was just Jeff being Jeff. What? An airplane? Where did you get that from? He said it was an investment. He used our company's funds. I thought I could see Hansol cringing for a moment. So during that time, you went and got that plane? You think I'd only bring this? I'm such you think so lowly of me. Maude, those robots. Have you finished downloading their memories? Hacking target entities. Memory information. 75% complete. Looking down, I saw the robots weren't moving. It was like their power was turned off. I originally created Maude for hacking. Maude's specialty. Maude is a pro hacker. Jeff grinned widely and patted Maude on the head. After they threw me out, I took a look at the building's network system, and ta-da! I managed to find the memory storage. So cool, our boss really is something else. Hey, you know what happens if you compliment him like that. Jeff, good job. Hey squad, come, into the warm embrace of your boss. I'll give you a hug so hard you won't be able to breathe. The cracks in the floor were getting large enough to fall through, but we still had one more thing left to do. We can't leave Adrian behind. I made a promise to Eugen. Chris too asked me to change him. And most importantly, I don't want to just leave him behind. I do. Wait a moment. It'll only take a second. Hey, where are you going? Sid tried to stop me, but then realized what I was about to do. Alright, just don't take too long. With a smile on his face, he sent me away. Jeff, just wait one moment. Dell has something else she needs to do. So did Hansel. Adrian, come with us. Even if you can't think of it now, it will come to you if you give it some time. I thought back to when Ian told me he felt responsible for Adrian. I have spent my life doing this. I guess nothing works out the way I want in the end. Falling short and failing right at the end seems to be something that runs in our family. Adrian let out a laugh, mocking his own failure. That's why I decided to end it on my own terms. Leave me. Let me stay here. No, Adrian. Dell? You need to figure it out right now. What you really want. What exactly do you want? Nothing. Even if there's something I want, would it even matter? It matters. Power source. I thought about the things the clockmaker said. Why did I come to think of that all of a sudden? You need to find it, Adrian. It will help you move again. What are you talking about? Right after that, I thought about what Chris had said. He doesn't have any precious memories. Memories. It's memories, Adrian. You have always wanted precious memories, right? That's what you were looking for. Something you can look back at and laugh at. Memories that could help you when you're feeling down. Memories that give you the strength to keep doing your best today, even if the city would be gone by tomorrow. You don't have those. That's what you need. Dell, what are you talking about? That? Who would need something stupid as that? What are you trying to say? I don't get it at all. Adrian laughed heartedly, and then instantly went back to his usual stone-cold expression. Is that all you had to say? No, I still have loaves left. I'll start with this. Tell him what Chris said. What? I know my Wi-Fi is working right now. I think this is the time to tell what Chris said. Adrian, Chris asked me to tell you this. As long as you live, you can always redeem yourself, even if you can never undo what you did. As long as you live, you can always redeem yourself, even if you can never undo what you did. She wanted you to know that because she saw you as her friend. Even if it was just an instant, Adrian's eyes grew wide. She still thinks of me like that? What a surprise. I'd even say it's the biggest surprise of this year. FYI, this year hasn't even lasted for 5 minutes. Was that a joke? But this isn't the time to spend thinking about things like that. The roof is falling apart beneath our feet. Don't die, Adrian. Stay alive for just a bit longer. It's a new century, and you never know, the world might take turns for the better. Who knows what good things will bring you? Adrian lowered his head and calmly stated, Dell, I really don't understand you. How could you say that? Good things? What are you talking about? I've already told you, the city will not survive this century. No matter what kind of memories you make, how much effort we put in. It'll all just go up in smoke anyway. Adrian, we don't have time for this. Just agree to come with us. Goodness, that being so difficult. Adrian raised his voice, but I didn't back down. I thought I told you, it really doesn't matter. I grabbed Adrian by his collar, getting close enough for our foreheads to meet. I looked him straight in the eyes. Nothing is getting through to you. Have you lost it? What's wrong with all of you? His expression turned to one of anger. Ironically, it was the first time Adrian looked as if he was living. Finally, a human expression, huh? What are you... What's important to me is what's right in front of me right now. As soon as I finished the sentence, I used all my strength and headbutted him. What are you doing? To help you get your mind straight. Let's go together, Adrian. Let's go see if the world actually ends or if it doesn't. Come with us. We'll stay with you until the end. You say that. The real expression he showed a moment ago had gone away, and Adrian was back to his cold expressionless face. Fine, let's do it this way. If you want to bring me with you, take my memories away. I'll teach you how to do it. Just promise to remove all my memories. But why? He raised his head again and looked at me with a horrifyingly dark look. I need a completely different life. I can't live anymore as Adrian. These memories are nothing but a burden to me. I don't want to be myself any longer. I am forever branded by my past. Do you understand, Dell? It's like a mark on my body that will not go away. Would you be able to live like that? Damn, this is a bad ending here. I'm gonna say don't. Cause he should be like Chris. Try to do better. But I might get a bad end. No, I can't do that, Adrian. I can't erase your memories. You have made a lot of mistakes. I can't let you forget that. You are Adrian. You will never escape that fact. But you can do better. You can change. Believe me, please. But Adrian didn't move. Then I can't go with you. Sorry, I'm too weak to keep on living in this place. I'm not like you. Hurry up and get out of here, Dell. I could hear Sid shouting urgently. Dell, get in here quick. Like a cat carrying its kitten, Sid grabbed me by the neck and lifted me into the plane. Wait, I made a promise. I got her. Let's get out of here. Hurry. It's gonna fall down any minute. Okay, let's roll. With the door closing behind me, the plane left the collapsing building and took off into the dark midnight sky. No. Ooh. Between the falling fragments of the building falling apart, Adrian was flying towards the ground. There's nothing you can do, Dell. There's nothing you could do. You'll be able to change him. Take care of Adrian for me. I don't think you can handle what's to come. Try me. It's not time to give up just yet. Oh, jump down? Jump down? What do you mean jump down? I'll be right back. What? Dell, wait! Sorry. I'll be back in just a sec. Girl, you can't fly? I opened the door and jumped out. Hansol, did you give her jetpacks or something? She can't come back? Your choice will change everything. You have the power to change others. My body was surprisingly light. I was falling forward, but it felt more like I was flying in the sky like a bird. I did not feel gravity at all. I had felt this sometime before. As if every other moment was but a dream, my body burst with energy as I fell down. This is something you wouldn't feel in a normal human body. This is me. Still falling, I looked at my wristwatch. The arms of the clock were spinning around frantically, as if compensating for the time I had lost. As if giving me back the time I spent not knowing who I was. This is me. Somewhere down there, far below, I could vaguely make out the shape of Adrian. And I was flying rapidly towards where he was. He noticed me. Dell? I stretched out my arm towards him. Grab on. Grab my hand. He hesitated. I'll be able to save him. Why? Why would you? I grabbed him and embraced him tightly. Happy New Year, Adrian. Then we kept falling. It's over. And we still have one more chapter, right? Dang. Dell saved Adrian? Are they gonna be okay? Are they gonna survive that fall? Like, I don't know. And you, thank you. 감사합니다. I don't know what to say. Okay, so we do have chapter 36 still. So we'll see. That was kind of beautiful. That was kind of a beautiful ending to the chapter. We'll just see. Let's see. I don't know what to say. Okay, we'll talk next chapter. I don't know. Next chapter is the last episode. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media. It's always in the description below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.